Hello everybody, I am going to show you how to program a NOAA weather radio. I'll put these into a compilation. So here's my radio. It is already programmed. I'm going to show you how to do it as an example. So we're going to start with, let's say we want to set your, this will be step one, is setting your time. Press the menu button, and this should say set time, select. So let's do, so let's say it's, so this is how you navigate to go up, and this is how you navigate to go down, and this is how you move over. And let's say you want to go to AM instead of PM. You go up or down, doesn't matter what way. Now it's so AM, and you can do it like this. So let's say it's 11:34. That's what time it is here right now. But so I'll press select. When you're done setting your time, you will press select, and save, and then you press the menu button again. So that's step one of how to program a weather radio. Now this is step two of what you do, how to program a weather radio. So step two is how to set alerts you want to receive. So what you do, you press the menu button like what you do for every single thing. So you up button and you will say set events. That's what you will expect. Set events. And you press select. And it will say edit events. You press that. And then this will tell you everything that you can possibly want to receive. So if you want to turn something off, let's say I want to turn the avalanche watts off. You press select and you press that and select again. That's how you turn alerts off that you don't want to receive. But I want it on just for fun. And then the same thing with all these other ones.
I'm not quite sure how to help you.
So avalanche warning, boil water warning. So just press select to turn it off or on if you want to receive it or not. Blizzard warning, I have them all on. If you want to receive it, you just keep it on. If you don't, you press select and turn it off, just like on all the other ones. Child abduction, so that's that one. Coastal flood. So they're all off, but if you want to, or all on, if you want to turn one off, you just press select and do the arrows here to navigate what ones you don't want to receive. So let's say I don't want to receive the dust storm warning one. Select. Says on right now. I'm not sure if you can see it. There you go. It says on, but if you want to turn it off, you just press the navigating arrows. But I want to keep it. So that's mutation watch. That's flash flood watch. That's flash flood statement. Flash flood warning. Flood watch, flood statement, flood warning, fire warning, flash freeze. What's flash freeze is if it goes from 80 degrees to 30 in like 5 seconds or something. Freeze warning. They're all on. I have all my alerts on. Even though we don't get hurricanes here, I have them on though, just for fun. High wind watch, I have that on. High wind warning, I also have that on. Iceberg, all this stuff. I have them all on, but when you're done selecting alerts you want to receive and which ones you don't, you just press menu and it'll save it. And that's how you do set alerts you want to receive. So that's going to be it for part 2. Thanks for watching. Alright, now part 3. If you want to turn off your beeping when you press buttons. So that's how this is, I'll show you how that works now. So you press menu. And you press button beeps. You press select. So right now it's beeping when I press buttons. You can turn it off or on. So if it's off, watch this. So that's on, but watch this. Off. Now it won't beep. So that's how you do button beeps on your weather radio. But I want them on. So that's how that works. So that is step 3 of how to program a weather radio. Thanks for watching. step 4 on what you do to program a weather radio. If you want to turn off your backlight, I'll show you how that works. Do menu again. Backlight. So if you don't want the blue light showing up in the back, you press select. You can turn it off. Or you can turn it on. So let's try it off. Watch this. So when I press buttons, if it's off, it will not light up. But when I turn it on, it will light up. So that's how that works. So that's it for part 4. Thanks for watching. Step 5 on how to program a weather radio. If you want to, let's do channels now. So how you set your channel you want. So you do menu. When it says set channel, you press select. And it'll give you channels. As you know, the other one's a static key because I'm too far away from them. But when you're done selecting the channel, you press select. So when you're done selecting the channel you want, you press select. So that's how channels work. So that was it for step 5. Thanks for watching. Step 6, how to test your alert tone. Here we go. So what you do is press menu again. And you go through all these until you say alert test. This is right here. And if you want to test your tone, you press select. Now watch this. That's how that works. I'll do it one more time for a demonstration for you. Here we go. Pretty cool, huh? And that's step 6, how you test your alert. Thanks for watching. Step 7 on how to program a weather radio. And this is alert type. If you want a different type of alert, you do menu button. Alert type, it'll say, and you press select. You can either do tone, and in the tone position, it'll beep. And then you can press this button, and it'll do, and it'll give you your message. If you put it in display, it'll just go across the screen as words. So if you want that one, if you prefer that one, you can do display. If you want voice, it'll give you a 3-second sound, and then it'll give you a voice before it gives you your information. And then tone, which I have it set on because that's my favorite one. So that's how to set an alert tone. Thanks for watching. Now this is for the big one. How to set your location you want to monitor, or like single locations or any. So, press menu again. When it says set location, you press select. If you want to do a single location, if you want to monitor a certain location, you go on to single. You press select. So let's say, so I want USA because that's where I live, and then you choose your state. It'll tell you to select your state. And I live in South Dakota, so I press select. Then I select the county I live in, and that's the only county you'll receive alerts. So if anything gets issued for that county only, you'll get an alert. But if you anywhere else around you, you won't. So let's see. We're in Minnehaha County, South Dakota. Right here, and you press select. And then now you have your location all set. So if you select a certain location, it'll only monitor that county. But if any other ones around you, it will not. So that's how location setting works. For step part 1 in there. And I'll tell you part 2 now. So if you want to... So let's say you want to do any location. So it'll just do this again. So if you choose any location, it'll monitor every single county around you within a 50-mile radius for alerts or extra stuff like that. And that's how that works. And let's say you want to do multiple. I'm not going to select multiple because in multiple you can select up to 25 counties that you want to monitor. But I don't want to do multiple because I only want to monitor my own. But you just pretty much go for all this. USA, select a state, let's go Alabama, Augusta, and then Augustana, whatever, and then you do another county you want to monitor. Canada, let's say you want to do Canada, let's do British Columbia, that's how you do that. So that's how that works. And if you want to do a third location, you do the same thing. Let's do USA, let's do Wyoming, for example, and Albany, let's just do. So that's how you set multiple locations. But I want to go back to my own location. I want to do any, because that's what I like to monitor. So that's how you set locations. I hope you enjoyed this part. Thanks for watching. Next step on programming a weather radio. Let's say you're a foreign person and you speak a different language. I'll show you how to set a different language on here. So you press menu. You go through all this again. Set language. If you want to do English, you press select. And it'll give you English. But I don't want to do any other ones. And let's say I want to do... Hold on. Let's say you want to do Spanish. Just do this. And now you're in the Spanish mode. See, now it says Hora, Evans, boom, whatever. So let's say I want to... I can understand this. Now we're into French. Or no, we're English, so we're back in English. So that's how that works. We're in French. But now if we go back to English. So I can understand this right now. As you can see, channel. Espanol, let's go back. So let's do Francis now. So now it'll give you random, like, little stuff to go through here. So now we're in France. Menu. And that's how that works. Let's go. So that's how you set languages. Now we're going to go back to English because I don't like this other language. Back to English. So here we are back in English. So that's how you set locations. Not locations. Languages. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this part. And the final part's coming up next. And coming right at ya. Bye-bye. My mistake. It's not the final way of programming a weather radio, but it's one really close. So next step is if you want to set an alarm on what time you want to wake up or have something going on. So you do this. Set alarm. And let's say you want it off. You have it off like that and nothing will show up as an icon up here. And let's say you want it on. Select, and you can select a random times. And then it'll show your alarm clock symbol right up here. You can't see it because the backlight's on, but watch this when it turns off. Sorry if I'm talking a little fast. I'm just trying to hurry here because I'm going for getting picked up by a friend here, and I want to get this made and get it over with. Okay, my backlight shouldn't be stuck on like this. Hold on. So I will show you. I'll turn it full normal. Alright. Now it's turned off. And you'll see your alarm clock symbol up there. There you go. So that's how you set an alarm. Let's test an alarm. Alright, let's see. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 11:46 a.m.
Let's do one for 11:47 a.m.
Your alarm is not set.
And there we go. Now it'll go off. Now watch this. Okay, that'll be 24 hours from now. Hold on. I'll get this right for y'all, and I'll just let you hear it. Just hold on. Alright, now it'll go off. Now watch this. So, this is the tone you'll expect to hear when it goes off. I'll let it go for a minute here. And if you want to snooze it, it'll go for 8 minutes. You press this button. But if you want to quit it, you press the menu button. So that's what you'll expect to hear on an alarm on this thing. So that was it for that step. Now the last and final one will be final stuff you can do. Thanks for watching. Now here are some extra things that you can do with your weather radio, either to program it or use it. So like you got a switch here, you can turn it off or on. So let's say it's off, you won't hear no sounds. But if you turn it on, you will. And then you got in the old expect, and look at the back here. This is just extra stuff now. So you can do an external antenna, so if you want to put an antenna outside or whatever, it'll go in this outlet. Or if you want to clone another one, a weather radio to this one, you open this up, take this tab out of the cloning port. There's your cloning port. You can put another weather radio and hook it up to that. Hold on. Something's not... Okay, this is very rubbery and kind of tiny, so it's kind of hard. But that's your cloning port to put another weather radio. If you want to duplicate something, you put it in there. And here's your external alert. So if you want an external alert or something, that's how that works. I'm not going to unplug this, but if you unplug this, you can use battery power. But if you have it plugged in, which I have it now, it's into electric power. You're probably wondering where the batteries go. I'm going to show you. So if you see this knob here, you open that up like that, and there's your batteries. It takes 3 AA's, so that's what you would need. And here's your information right here. Pretty cool. And then you see these tabs here. You can open those up. So watch this. Hold on. Let me set my camera down a minute. I won't be able to show you how I open them because I don't have 2 hands available right now. And there it is. And those things are to make it look like this when it's standing up and not flat. That's what those things do. And let's say you don't want it flat, you put them things down. And now that part went down. Now that part went down. Now it sits flat. That's how that works. You can read some of these words here. Public alert, digital monitoring by radio hazards alert, whatever, blah, 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 whatever. And let's say you want to listen to the weather and you want a completely different volume. You press this.
From the National Weather Service in Sioux Falls and serves the surrounding tri-state area.
Or down. Watch this.
This hazardous weather outlook is for northwest Iowa, west central Iowa, southwest Minnesota, northeast Nebraska, central South Dakota, central South.
And that's how you turn your weather radio down, the volume. Now let's say you want to turn it back up, you press the up button.
Hazardous weather is not
and whenever you want to quit it, just quit pressing it if you want to start volume.
Possible late Saturday night into Sunday morning. Areas north of I-90 are at highest risk. For Sunday through Friday, showers and thunderstorms are possible Sunday night.
In there.
A few of these could be strong to severe,
NOAA,
producing hail the size of quarters. The area most likely to see strong storms is along the Missouri River into north.
So that's how that works. There's one more thing I want to show you. For the extra stuff you can do. Or a few more things. There's 2 more things I want to show you. So see this? That's, if you want to put your antenna to hook it onto that, you just move this down like this. And it'll fit right in there perfectly. If you want to put your antenna down and fold it. But right now I don't want it like that, so I'm just going to put it back up without breaking it. It's just like this. So that's the antenna, special antenna port. It's really interesting too, I love it. And then one more thing I want to show you. Let me find my batteries here. Bear with me for a minute. You can just look outside for a second. I just gotta find 2 more batteries. I have 1. Okay. I gotta find 2 more batteries. Just bear with me here. Okay, 2 more batteries right here. I want to show you battery power for the last thing. So what you do, I don't want to plug it now because I got my time set and I don't want it to screw up. So I'm going to put the antenna, fold it down. Then I'm going to turn the radio over. Open this up. And put my batteries in. Okay, hold on. Here, I'll just do this. You see it perfectly fine. Just check that out.
Cooler with highs in the mid-50s.
And it'll turn on.
East winds 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 40 miles an hour. Chance of rain 90%. Monday night, showers with a chance of thunderstorms.
So now, if I put the antenna back up, which I'm going to do. Now, this is electric power.
In the mid.
So let's unplug this. It will not turn off. It's in battery power. It's just dim the light.
Mainly in the
Still
evening.
works.
Lows in the upper 30s.
That's how battery works. Now I'll plug this back in. And now it gets bright again. So watch this. See how it gets dimmer? Well, I unplug the cord. Now watch this. It gets brighter when I do that. So now I'm going to show you if you want to see your messages. You press a random button here. I think it's this one. And it'll say no message if you have no alerts. But if you have an alert or if any of these things are lit up, it'll say something on here, like a whole word of what you got in an alert. I forgot to mention these things, actually. So if the weather radio goes off for a warning, that will light up. If the weather radio goes off for a watch, that will light up. And if it goes off for an advisory, that will light up. Pretty cool, huh? So that's all the steps on how to program a weather radio and use it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. And I'm going to put this into a compilation and put it in the one. Bye-bye.